What is up, guys? My name is Asteroid and I'm your coach of the Chicago Chandelures for week 5 of the MPL. Today we're going to be going up against ORAS and the Houston Megahorns. If you guys are excited, smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Now this video is a bit late. It was supposed to go up on Sunday, but sadly we encountered some scheduling issues and we weren't able to battle sooner. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. But hopefully this week 6, should be up on time this Sunday. Look out for that. But anyways, his team consists of the Chandelures T, Togekiss, Lucario, Mega Medicham, Heatran, Lantern, Slowking, Chestnut, Tyranitar, and Frostlass. Now, our team, which we are bringing for this match, we have some different nicknames here because I decided to let Dench name them for me, so that's fun. We have Aura Lion with Close Combat, Iron Head, Volt Switch, and HP Ice to handle that very pesky Chandelures T. Hopefully get an HP Ice off on that. Also, it's going to outspeed pretty much his entire team with the Scarf, which is nice. Next up, we have Randy Orton with Wild Charge, Drain Punch, Flamethrower, and Hidden Power Ice as well. You know, we've been bringing Electros to a lot of these matches, and that's mainly because Electros is just very diverse. He can play a lot of different roles, and he has a lot of coverage, so that's very useful. Next up, we have Mr. Flappers with Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, and Roost. We can do some switching with the Roost. We can Brave Bird the Mega Medicham, and more importantly, the Chestnut, which is great. Next up, we have Dense Shark with Draco Meteor, Earthquake, Fire Blast, and HP Ice as well. So a mixed Garchomp, mostly special. His team is pretty specially bulky, but between the HP Ice, Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, and Earthquake, we can hit a good chunk of his team for a lot of damage, which is nice. Next up, we have Worst Fear, all caps, the Mega Sableye, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, Will-O-Wisp, and Recover. A very typical set. Shoot. It has Kenai. Shoot. Hang on. Good thing I have backup Mega Sableyes. We can't have Kenai. I'm glad I noticed that sooner, or else I would have freaked out. Could you imagine us going into this battle without Prankster? Alright, hang on. I have a Mega Sableye. Yeah, we have Pride. Alright, so we're gonna put Pride on the team. I think this was the Sableye that we used last week. It's the same set, though. It's the same overall set, max defense, max HP with the Calm Mind and stuff, so hopefully it works out. We have Pride the Mega Sableye instead of Worst Fear. I love that nickname. I love Worst Fear. But sadly, we can't have Kenai. I'm pretty sure we would lose. But anyways, last but not least, we have Boy, the Empoleon with Defog, Scald, Ice Beam, and Stealth Rock. Meant to be a special defensive presence. But anyways, that being said, cue the Chandelure. Alright, let's do this. So actually, wait, I have to make sure I'm choosing the right team here. I think it's the party, right? Yeah, it's party, right? Yeah, because we're not bringing out Dragon this week. It gets really confusing when you have so many different teams. It's like, whatever. So he brings the Togekiss. Hang on, we gotta write this down. We have got to write this down. Togekiss, the Heatran, the Tyranitar, which I'm actually kind of sad that I didn't draft Tyranitar because I freaking love Tyranitar, man. Tyranitar is probably, I don't know, it's probably my favorite rock type. It's just really cool. I don't know. So we've Landorus, Mega Medicham, which is a huge threat. Mega Medicham is kind of insane. And then the bulky Lantern. So good luck, have fun, dude. No hacks. So looking at his team here, I wouldn't mind getting up rocks, but I also wouldn't mind Mega Evolving Pride right away. He didn't bring the Frostlass, which is interesting. He didn't bring the Slowking or the Chestnut either, and I prepped heavily for both of those. What do we do? I kind of want to leave with Sableye, because we can burn the Medicham, we can burn the Landorus, we can start Calm Minding. We can have the Magic Bounce up so he can't get up his own rocks, because he might try and set up rocks with Landorus, Tyranitar, or Heatran. And he can't T-Wave us with the Togekiss either. So we're going to leave with Pride. 5 seconds left. We have been taking our sweet time these past few weeks. But here we go against Aura. If you guys do want to see his side of the battle, it'll be linked down below. Make sure to go check it out. Also, make sure to go check out his channel as well. He makes some great stuff. But, yeah, here we go. So there's Pride, our Mega Sableye. He leads with Dench, the Landorus. Okay. So he might try and get up rocks. He might try and get up rocks. Which is why I do kind of just want to Mega Evolve and go for a Will-O-Wisp. Now, I know he could swap into Heatran and get the Flash Fire boost, which would be extremely unfortunate. But I don't think that would really matter. You know, if he does predict it and if he does go into Heatran, that's fine. We can go straight into Garchomp. And I mean, he could have HP Ice, but him getting the Flash Fire boost isn't going to make much of a difference. I think it's worth the risk, is what I'm trying to say here. I think it's worth the risk. Maybe? I don't know. I'm a bit hesitant. Or I could just Calm Mind, expecting Heatran. Then we can be +1. And then we can start Shadow Balling. Or I could swap and save my Prankster, because having Prankster, especially for the Metacham, could be useful. Alright, let's not run out of time, because we know from week 1 that that's a big mistake. You know what? I'm just going to Mega Evolve and go for a Will-O-Wisp. We'll see what happens. His team doesn't appreciate burns. He's going to swap and go into Heatran. Pompeii. That's definitely Heatran. Okay. That is definitely Heatran. Okay. Okay. But the main goal of that turn was just to get Mega Evolved. Because I want to have that Magic Bounce on deck. I want to have that Magic Bounce on deck so I can swap into status attacks. Okay, now we swap out. He could predict Garchomp and go for an HP Ice. Or we could go into Electros. We are Assault Vest, and I think we can take any special hit he wants to throw at us. Or we can go into Boy. We could go into Boy. He could have Earth Power, but we're very specially defensive. And we could get our rocks up. You know what? Let's go into Boy. Because even if he decides to go for an HP Ice, we can eat that up for days. And he might overpredict it and go for an HP Ice. We can take any hit he wants to throw at us. If we can take... Yeah, Lava Plume, we can take that. We can take that, right? He's got that Flash Fire boost, but we can take it. We can take it. Okay. Okay, now I think we go for the rocks. Because his Lantern could have Water Absorb, but I think he's definitely going to have Volt Absorb. I mean, if he wants to throw a Water Absorb Lantern out of nowhere, that'd be crazy. But I'm pretty sure that Volt Absorb is the standard, considering Volt Absorb gets rid of a neutral attack, while Water Absorb gets rid of a not very effective attack. So he's got to be Volt Absorb. I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock regardless. Yeah, let's go for the Stealth Rock. Let's just get our rocks up. I'm loving the nickname Boy. Like, I love the nickname Flats, but Boy. Like, you can just imagine, right? You can imagine Empoleon just taking his big fins and just going, Boy. You know? I can see it. I can see it. I feel like Boy would be the Pokemon that would just roast everyone, despite not being a fire type. So that's pretty lit. That's pretty lit. Alright, so we'll see what he wants to do here. Honestly, I'm expecting... Maybe Lantern? Maybe Lantern? Or maybe he'll just go for his own rocks? I mean, Pompeii's pretty specially bulky, so... He might just stay in, because he could probably take a Scald, no problem. Alright, hang on. We're gonna open up Damage Calcs. And I want to start using Damage Calcs more. I don't usually use Damage Calcs, because I don't know. I don't know why I don't. I just don't. He's gonna swap out. I do want to take advantage of it, though. He does go into Lantern. We're going to get our free Stealth Rocks up, which is fantastic. That is just brilliant. That is just superb. Okay. So we got to swap out. We've got to swap out. And I'm thinking Electros. Because how much does a Wild Charge do to it? Hang on, we're going to Damage Calc. We're going to Damage Calc. Ready for this? Ready for this, boys? Alright, we have Electros. We are running 180 EVs in attack. So we have 180 with a positive attack nature. Using the move, I really hope I don't run out of time. Using the move, well, actually no, because he could have Volt Absorb, never mind. I forgot about its ability for like 3 seconds there. Okay, never mind, we gotta go into someone else. We have got to go into someone else. How about, no. You know what, let's go into Garchomp. If he predicts it and goes for an Ice Beam, then I guess good game. I guess good game. We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do. I'm a bit nervous because Lantern could body us. Just please don't get a burn. Please don't get a burn. Please don't get a burn. Please. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So he's probably gonna go into Togekiss. 3 out of his 6 Mons are weak to ground. He has 2 immunities and then Medicham. Predicting Togekiss or Landorus, I could go for an HP Ice. But if he stays in and goes for an Ice Beam, then we are so screwed. I mean, how much does an Earthquake do to... Hang on. How much does an Earthquake do to this, this Lantern? How much does it do? Because if it Okos, he's probably not going to stay in. Hang on. Earthquake. I'm going to check this. Lantern. Choopity 2. Let's just say he's max defense, even though I doubt it. It's a 2-hit KO if he's max defense. I don't think he'll be max defense, though. It says guaranteed 2-hit KO. Wow, that's unfortunate. He'll probably just stay in. He'll probably just stay in. I don't know what to do. Maybe just Draco and hope he doesn't go into Togekiss, but he's gonna go into Togekiss. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? Let's Earthquake. Because he'll probably stay in. He can take the hit. Never mind. Never mind. He swaps out. I should have went for an HP Ice. I should have went for an... I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I definitely should have went for an HP Ice. I definitely should have went for an HP Ice. Gosh darn it. I had the perfect opportunity and I wasted it. Ugh. Do I go for it now? Do I go for it now? Do I just go for it now? I don't shoot. Hang on. Just drop my stylus. Do I just go for it now? I don't, or I think I have to swap. I think I have to swap. Actually, you know what? Let's go into... Yeah, the safest play is to swap. The safest play is to swap. Let's go into Randy Orton. Because I don't want to take an Earthquake. This thing is probably going to outspeed us. We're not fully invested. And who knows? He could be carrying HP Ice as well. HP Ice Landorus. I mean, it has a pretty decent special attack stat. You never know. You never know. You never know. So we have our Electros here. I'm going to go for an HP Ice. Right? Yeah. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm not over-predicting. I'm not, He could swap. He could definitely swap, probably into Lantern. But he doesn't know our moveset, so he might think we have, Grass Knot. So maybe we can bluff the Grass Knot a bit, you know? He is gonna swap. Going into the Lantern. Man, we're making really safe plays here. Like, I've been wanting to do risky plays, but it's just... I haven't been acting on my gut. So we need to play riskier, is what I'm trying to say. I could Drain Punch. You know what? I'm just gonna Drain Punch. We can take any one hit he wants to throw at us. And I'm sorry if you guys heard any background noise. Somebody's mowing the lawn outside or something. I don't know. But I do think Drain Punch is our best option. Because he's not going to be able to do much damage to us, and we can just get some health back. He's going to swap out. Go over the double switch. Going into Pompeii. Yo, we got a Drain Punch off. Okay. Honestly, I don't know why he swapped. He probably expected... What did he expect? What did he expect? He probably expected me to go into... I guess Cobalion, maybe? No? Maybe he expected Talonflame or Empoleon? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to go for another Drain Punch. I'm just going to go for another Drain Punch. He might swap into Togekiss. He's going to Protect as I Drain Punch again. So I might just go for an HP Ice this turn. Expecting Togekiss or Landorus. I might just do that. Okay, I'm going to go for an HP Ice. I don't think he can really touch us. He might go for his own rocks. I'm just going to HP Ice. I really hope he swaps out and goes into Togekiss or Landorus. Now that he knows my mind is set on Drain Punching, I think he'll swap into one of those. He does swap out. And we did go for an HP Ice. Going into Medicham. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm a little bit worried. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And also, Mega Sableye is really good against Mega Medicham for a number of reasons. We're immune to both its stabs, we're immune to Fake Out, and even if he tries to go for a Foresight, Sean brought up the fact that Medicham can go for Foresight. It turns out that Magic Bounce blocks Foresight. So he can't Foresight us, which is part of the reason why I wanted to Mega Evolve straight away. Just so we could swap in on a potential Foresight, and he wouldn't be able to Foresight us before we Mega Evolved. That was one thing that we prepped for. So we're gonna go straight into Pride. I'm not sure what he could do to us. He could Ice Punch. That would probably be his best bet. More defensive, we can take any hit he wants to throw at us, and we should be fine. Emphasis on should. Emphasis on should. So there's the Mega Medicham. I am a little bit concerned because Mega Medicham is really crazy. Mega Medicham is insane. He does go for the Ice Punch, which is probably the only thing he can do to us. And that does a good amount. And there's the freeze. And there's the freeze. Shoot. Okay, we have to Will-O-Wisp. We have to try and Will-O-Wisp. That freeze was extremely unfortunate. And actually, Ice Punch did a good chunk. It did more than I thought it was going to do. But yeah, that freeze is unfortunate. He goes for the Baton Pass. So he might be running Substitute. He might be running Substitute and then Baton Pass. He goes into Togekiss. Can we get a burn off on this thing? We cannot. We cannot. This is extremely unfortunate. This is extremely unfortunate. Now the question is, do I just sack him? Do I sack Pride? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I mean, if we sack him, we could have a safe switch into Cobalion. And we can outspeed and go for an Iron Head, and that'll do a good chunk. To especially the T-Tar if he wants to swap into that for whatever reason. Or we could have a safe switch into Boy. That could be nice. Or I could preserve Pride to have a switch in for the Mega Medicham. Because without Pride, Mega Medicham does a huge chunk to our team. I think Mr. Flappers is like the only Pokemon that could slightly deal with it to some extent. So, I don't know, do I sack him off? Do I sack him off? I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what to do. You know what? Let's go into Boy. If he wants to go... Oh, he swaps. I was going to say if he wanted to go for an Aura Sphere, that'd be fine. Because we could probably take it. He goes into his T-Tar. Now, we actually kind of prepped for T-Tar. You know, we kind of prepped for T-Tar on our Empoleon. Because we're carrying the Shuckaberry. Which means we can take one Earthquake, I think. I think we can take one Earthquake, so I'm just going to go for the Scald. Just straight up. I know his special defense is boosted in the sand. But we should be able to get a good chunk off. Maybe get a burn. We do get a burn! Yes! Hacks for hacks! He goes for a superpower, so no Earthquake. No Earthquake. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. We didn't prep for superpower. We did not prep for superpower. But now he's burned. I was expecting Earthquake. Okay. Okay, so Boy goes down. But Boy managed to get a burn off. And he got a Scald off. And we also managed to get our rocks up. So that's fantastic. I think now the play to make is to go into our Cobalion. Yeah, I think Cobalion is the play to make. We also beat his entire team. And we know that the T-Tar is not Scarfed now. And he's -1, his attack is lowered. So we can easily just close combat right here and do a ton to his entire team. Except for Togekiss. Do I go for an Iron Head or do I go for close combat? Close combat will hit Lantern, Tyranitar, and Heatran. But Iron Head will be able to hit Togekiss, Tyranitar, and that's kind of it. And that's kind of it. Or I could Volt Switch, but if he goes into Lantern, then we're screwed. You know what? I'm just gonna go for an Iron Head. Or should I close combat? You know what? Let's just close combat. Because I don't think he's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna go into his Togekiss. If he goes into Togekiss, then good game. He'll probably go into Landorus. He sacks all of his T-Tar. Okay. Okay. So Cobalion gets a kill, which is pretty lit. Down goes the T-Tar. Rest in spaghetti, never forgetty. Rest in pasta, we're sad we lost you. Going into Medicham. I think we just have to swap into Sableye. Every time. Sableye has the play to make. If Sableye ends up going down to an Ice Punch, and we're not able to unfreeze, that's still fine. Like, Pride is pretty much my Medicham shield right now. You know? He can just take all the hits while we drain his life with sand and then also the rocks. So, and maybe we can get him frozen. Maybe we can unfreeze here. That'd be awesome. He goes into the Togekiss. Okay. So Togekiss is taking a lot of damage. I think the rocks is going to be the thing that saves us in this match. If anything, I think it's the rocks. I think it's the rocks. Now I'm considering going into Talonflame right now because we resist the fairy, and then we can outspeed it and Brave Bird it. And I think a Brave Bird Okos. And Brave Bird does a good chunk to his team. I mean, not really. Heatran takes the hit really well. Lantern can take the hit really well. And the Landorus with Intimidate can take the hit well. So I think actually the best option is probably to go into our Cobalion. Or Electros. Should we go into Electros? I don't know, I'm a bit worried. I mean, Electros can't be paralyzed, which is nice. If he decides to go for a T-Wave, which I don't think he'll do, considering Pride is both frozen and has Magic Bounce. You know what? Let's just go into Cobalion. If he wants to Air Slash, that's fine. We should be able to take it. I think we do outspeed no matter what. Yeah, we outspeed his entire team, so. He goes for a Roost. Okay. I think the play to make is to just go for an Iron Head. Maybe we could close combat expecting Heatran, but that would be really risky. Or we could Volt Switch. Should we Volt Switch? He has 2 Volt Switch immunities on his team, though. Man, I really don't know. I really don't know. I mean, Iron Head is the obvious play. But Iron Head isn't going to do anything to his team. Close combat could at least do damage to Heatran. There's no way he's going to stay in, right? There's no way he's going to stay in. Does he know I'm Scarfed? Because if he knows I'm Scarfed, there's no way he's staying in. You know what? I mean, is he really going to stay in? I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I'm just gonna close combat. I really hope he swaps. He does. Okay, thank you. Thank you, because I did not want to go for that Iron Head. It was too risky. He goes to Dench the Landorus. I really should have HP Iced. Yeah, I definitely should have HP Iced. You know, I was thinking close combat. I thought he could have went into Heatran. I'm not focusing. I am out of it today. I am out of it today. So since we're Scarfed, we can't just go for an HP Ice right now. I think we have to go into Electros, definitely. Good thing we do have HP Ice on a lot of our Mons. So we can HP Ice this thing, even with Electros. I don't know. We need to chill. We need to calm ourselves. That did a lot of damage. Holy crap. We need to calm ourselves. We need to focus. I'm not focusing. I'm not focusing. Oh, man. Okay, we just gotta focus. We just gotta focus. Just gotta be patient. There's Medicham. Man, Electros is so low. I'm not liking this. You know what? You know what? We're going into Talonflame. We're going into Talonflame. If he wants to Ice Punch, that's fine. Otherwise, we can take any hit he wants to throw at us. Ice Punch, we can take that. We can take that, right? We cannot take that. Oh my god, hello? 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 What was that? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we did not take that well at all. I thought we could take that a lot better. I should have went into Sableye. Shoot. Now the question here is, do I Brave Bird? Or do I just go for a Roost? He'll probably swap out. Because he knows I'm going to Brave Bird. He's expecting the Brave Bird. So he'll probably go into Lantern or Landorus or Heatran. So I think I can get a free Roost off. I doubt he's going to stay in. There's no way. Yeah, so he's going to swap out. I'm going to get a free Roost up and try and regain, or try and recover from that mistake I made. Going into Lantern, okay. I'm not sure what to do now. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, we got that Roost off. Lantern is obviously an issue. Lantern's a big issue. Should we just sack off Pride? I think we need Pride just to counteract that Medicham. Pride can't really do anything because he's frozen, but you know, I could go into Garchomp. I could go into Garchomp. I could definitely go into Garchomp. But if he predicts it and goes for an Ice Beam, then we're screwed. He'll probably just Scald. He'll probably just Scald. Or I can go into Cobalion and just close combat. But we can't take a special hit. I'm just gonna go into Garchomp. If he decides to reveal the Ice Beam, then that would be horrible. That would be awful. He goes for a Volt Switch. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see you. I see you. He's probably gonna swap out here. We could Earthquake, which would hit Lantern and Heatran. We could Draco Meteor, which would hit Landorus, Medicham, and Lantern for some damage. Or we can go for an HP Ice, which would hit Togekiss and Landorus. What is the best option for him? What Pokemon is he going to go out into? We have to try and expect these things. We have to try and predict what he's going to do. I don't think he'll stay in. He'll probably go into Landorus. Right now I'm thinking Landorus or Togekiss. He's not going to go into Heatran. He probably won't go into Medicham if he's expecting an Earthquake. I'm going to go for an HP Ice. Please show me Landorus. Because Landorus can get an Intimidate off. He could obviously take an Earthquake. But I feel like Togekiss is the best option for him just because of the Fairy typing. He stays... Oh, shoot. He stayed in. He stayed in. No. Take this, take this, take this. No burn, no burn, no burn. Come on. Ah, okay. He stayed in. That's crazy. That's wild. That is wild. Okay. Let's Draco. Let's just Draco. Let's just Draco. If he goes into Togekiss now, then... Yeah, he's gonna go into Togekiss. He doesn't go into Togekiss. That's actually Landorus. Okay. This actually works out. Can we land it? Can we land the Draco? Please land the Draco. No! Come on! Come on! Draco probably would have killed this thing. Come on, man. Why you gotta do this to me? Why you gotta do this to me? And then there's the Rock Slide. Of course he lands it in that. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm a little bit salty. I'm a little bit salty between the freeze on Sableye and then the burn and us missing the Draco. That's very unfortunate. You know what? Let's go into Cobalion. That sucks, man. That sucks. Okay, who is he gonna go out into? He might just stay in. He might just stay in, but I don't think he will. Because if he's Scarfed, then he's stuck in a Rock Slide right now. So he'll probably swap out. Medicham is probably the play he's gonna make. I could just, I guess, go for an HP Ice. I could just HP Ice. Or I can close combat. Actually, you know what? I'm going to Volt Switch. If he stays in, then yeah. Okay, good thing he swapped out. He goes into Lantern, shoot, 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 shoot. Okay. Honestly, I was really expecting either Medicham, Heatran, or Togekiss. I'm not sure why. Let's just close combat. Oh, never mind, we're scarfed. Okay. Okay, that's fun. We have to swap out. Let's go into Pride. Let's go into Pride. Oh, man. This is really unfortunate. This is really unfortunate. Because Lantern is just so bulky, man. Honestly, we needed Garchomp. We needed Garchomp. Garchomp was a necessity. I'm not going to say good game just yet. Okay. I think I am just going to stay in and sack off Pride. But then Mega Medicham could probably sweep our team. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. We still have Mr. Flappers. Pride, you failed to do your job. So, yeah, we're just gonna Will-O-Wisp. Maybe get some residual damage off on this thing. He's got a nasty plot. Oh no, can we please just get this residual damage? Please, come on, Sableye. Can we just get one burn off? So we can just... Man, come on. I just want to get some residual damage. Is that so much to ask? I mean, the good thing about this, though, is when we sack off Sableye, we can outspeed this thing and just body it with an Iron Head. With Cobalion. So it's not... You know, him getting nasty plots up isn't the end of the world. It could be worse, and we do have the priority Brave Bird on Talonflame, so... It could be worse. It could be worse. Even if he wants to get +6, we should be able to take care of it. There's the Dazzling Gleam, and that's going to be a dead Sableye. Sableye, you did literally nothing. Literally nothing. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I think the play to make is to go into... I mean, Iron Head does nothing to his team. Iron Head literally only does something to this Pokemon right here. I mean, we can go into Cobalion and I guess Iron Head, but if he swaps, it's not going to do anything to anything else. We could go for an HP Ice, which will hit this thing and it'll also hit the Landorus to some extent. But if he stays in, HP Ice is not going to kill, and he'll body us with an Aura Sphere or a Dazzling Gleam at +2. Or I could close combat, because that'll do damage to Lantern if he swaps that in. You know, I'm gonna close combat, because he might expect a Volt Switch going into Lantern. I mean, there's so many different ways this could play out. You know, I could go for an Iron Head, and he could stay in, and we could body it. Or he could swap out, getting rid of his setup, going into Landorus, which in that case, HP Ice would be the best choice, because that would hit both of them. Or he can go into Medicham, which if that's the case, then we have nothing for that. Or he can go into Lantern, expecting a Volt Switch, or an HP Ice, or an Iron Head. Lantern could take a majority of our moveset except for Close Combat. I think Lantern is his safest bet, because it resists almost our entire moveset except for Close Combat. He'll probably expect a Volt Switch, or an Iron Head. So I'm going to Close Combat. Please swap. He doesn't swap. He doesn't swap. Ah, come on. That was a huge risk. That was a huge risk. I didn't think he would stay in because that was a huge risk. That was a huge risk. I mean, at this point in the game, you gotta play risky. You gotta play risky. I mean, he doesn't outspeed us. There's no way he outspeeds us. And Cobalion has Iron Head. I don't know why he would stay in. Unless he expected me to overpredict like that. Let's just Brave Bird. Let's just Brave Bird. I have no other options. Can we at least not get 5-0'd? Can we just have like a 4-0? Maybe? Or get 4-0'd? +2 air slash, there's no way. There's no way. We got royally wrecked. We got royally destroyed. That's rough, man. That's rough. A lot of things weren't in my favor. You know, there were a lot of plays that I made that were either too safe or too risky, and then combining that with the hacks and just the power of his team. He had a lot of good bulk, a lot of good synergy between Heatran, Togekiss, and Lantern. Good game, man. Good game. I really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Honestly, the only thing I could have done to save that game is... And he gets a crit. And he gets a crit just to put the cherry on the pie. But, the only thing I could have done to save that game... I probably could have went with the Iron Head on Cobalion. That probably could have knocked out the Togekiss. You know, but I overpredicted. I thought he was going to swap into Lantern. But he made the better play. Stayed in, despite the advantage that we had on him. And, he OHKO'd us with that +2 Dazzling. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, like a lot of his Pokemon, I was conflicted because he had a lot of switch-ins. Like, especially for Cobalion, he had a lot of switch-ins between Lantern, Medicham, Landorus, and Togekiss. He had a lot of switch-ins depending on what we could do. If we Volt Switched, he had Landorus and Lantern. If we Coast Combated, he had Landorus, Medicham, and Togekiss. If we Iron-Headed, he had Heatran, Landorus, and Medicham, and Lantern. If we HP Iced, he had Medicham, Lantern, Heatran. So, I don't know. Depending on what we went for, there was a lot of things he could swap in on Cobalion. Like, Cobalion was not a threat to him at all. Like, it did a number to his team offensively, but he could easily swap into another Pokemon and just take that hit no problem. So, on top of that, the Garchomp getting hacked out was unfortunate. The freeze on the Mega Sableye was really unfortunate, and it lasted for so long. Great game, man. Had a lot of fun, though. Make sure to check out his channel, guys. And, of course, his End of the Battle. But that being said, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Peace!